Welcome to uARFIDwhatueat, a channel where we deal with some of the issues that somebody with avoidant restrictive food intake disorder deals with on a daily basis. My name is Chris. Today we're going to be trying out a food, and that food is the pickle.
Pickle, 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 we got ourselves a pickle.
Now this is an interesting one for me today because I've never actually had pickles directly, but I've had dill pickle flavored things before. Like I love dill pickle chips, for example. I doubt that's going to translate to exactly how a pickle tastes, but I figured at least maybe it gives me a head start, I don't know, compared to some other foods I've tried. Earlier in this series, we did try a cucumber, and I didn't really go for that. It wasn't not a flavor I liked. So I don't know how well the pickle's gonna go, but again, since I do have experience enjoying the flavor of dill pickle, it's my hope that maybe that will translate. Before we even jump to the direct appearance of the pickle itself, we should talk about the fact that this came in a jar full of water. Anything that's wet like that or comes wet is immediately like a red flag for me. I don't like wet foods. I hate the concept of wetness anywhere near my food. So when a food starts in a big wet glass, there's a glass full of pickle juice, and I gotta pull the pickles out and start from there, I'm already off to a bad start. So for me, that does factor into the appearance of the pickles a little bit, but let's hop into the actual appearance itself now. Nice and small, I like that. They're much smaller than the cucumber was. They've got these weird bumps all over them, like they're ridged. I don't really like that. The color is not very appealing, honestly. It doesn't look that good. They're a little bit wrinkly. Yeah, they don't really look very good, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, as you can see up here, very bumpy and kind of just green with the color changing from one side to the other. It gets darker. Wish it was more consistent right through. And yeah, just bumpy and kind of just not the best looking. It's not something that looks appealing to me.
Now smell-wise, on the other hand, this is where we're off to a pretty good start, because even as soon as I opened that jar full of pickles, the dill smell just hit me like a wave. And I gotta tell you, I like the smell of dill. They actually smell pretty good. That's just the smell on the outside. Let's cut one of these open and see how they smell on the inside. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is a pleasant surprise on the inside compared to what I was expecting. When I had the cucumber, it kind of had more of a kind of translucent middle section that didn't resemble the rest of it. Kind of gelatinous and gross looking. These pickles, on the other hand, when I cut them open, they're actually pretty much uniform right through. That is a very pleasant surprise and not what I was expecting. Okay, my hopes for this have immediately just shot up. Okay.
Yeah, as you can see right here, they're pretty much the same right through here. Maybe it's because these are like little cucumbers, baby cucumbers. They haven't had a chance to fully develop yet. They're pretty much just uniform right through. That's exciting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the smell on the inside, about the same. Texture-wise, yeah, it's all bumpy and kind of wrinkly, tough. Hard to squish. Like I said, the jar said crunchy, but right now I'm not getting a crunch from it, but I am getting a toughness from it. This feels like it might be a bit tough to actually bite on. As I'm squeezing it right now, juice is starting to kind of drip out a little bit, which makes sense because this has been soaking in a jar. But regardless of the context, I'm not a fan of juiciness, so that's not great. I know people usually chop these up to put on hamburgers and stuff, I guess. I know you can also just eat these straight up, apparently, so let's just give these a shot as is and hope for the best. All right, pickle. Number one. Let's go. Okay, interesting. Let's go with interesting. Okay, when you first take that bite, there is a very briny, sharp, salty flavor that really hits you, but it calms down pretty quickly. They are crunchy, I suppose, a little bit when you take that bite. Don't have the best aftertaste. Kind of hangs around a little bit. I know pickles are usually soaked in a bunch of things. Like the jar probably has a bunch of just random little seeds and stuff in it I can see right now. So I'm sure a lot of flavors are interacting here and it comes together to create the pickle flavor. But some of those I don't like as much as I like some of these other ones here. Like it's less dilly than I thought it would be actually. It's a lot less dilly than I expected. The dill's not really coming through very much. Something is. And again, it's not bad, I guess, but it's like I don't feel like I would have had that and thought it enhanced the meal that I was already eating. Like I wouldn't put this on something I was eating. The mouthfeel was okay. Again, it was a little bit crunchy, I suppose, but it wasn't that crunchy. But it went away quickly, I'll say that at least. Like it just chewed up kind of simple and went down my throat, nice and easy. I did feel the skin a little bit, which, I don't like to feel the differentiations in the textures. I didn't like that. I thought this would be more uniform in its texture. So yeah, first bite, okay, but not desirable by any stretch. Bite two, okay. I'm less enthused about this second bite after that. Okay, pickle. Bite number two. Oh, something's going on there I don't like. Kind of vinegary, very salty, and yeah, surprisingly not dilly. I thought this would have a real dill flavor to it. The more I'm chewing on it, I'm not getting that. It certainly smells like it. Like, that's a very dilly smell. It's not coming through in the taste. It's kind of a little bit stuck in my mouth there. I don't like that. And the mouth feels not bad. It's not really good either. Like, I wouldn't say I like it, but it's closer to good than it is to bad. But the flavor, though, I don't know. That flavor really isn't doing anything for me. Compared to the mouthfeel, which I said is closer to good than bad, this flavor is closer to bad than good. So, a little piece is stuck in my mouth. Mouthfeel's losing points for that. Ugh. This wasn't terrible, but I can't say I'm liking this. Okay, let's just try and bite a little bit of the end of the pickle here. Final bite. Pickle, here we go. The texture on the end's a little more, I can feel the skin more. The bite was harder to take. Again, technically crunchy, but not that crunchy. Crunchy in like a kind of gelatinous way. Weird way to put it, but it's breaking up easily in my mouth, but it's like getting stuck in my mouth in little pieces here. And the flavor, while not bad outright, isn't good. That was a lot less enjoyable than I was anticipating. Not quite sure what I expected, but I wouldn't say it was that. Again, I really had this idea in my head that this was going to be very dill tasting. Like a dill pickle chip, but no, it doesn't taste that way at all, honestly. Well, overall thoughts. Pickle. Yeah, appearance-wise, not very... the taste is actually... I'm sorry. Okay, the taste is hanging out now. Have some water. Okay, let's try this again. Appearance. Not very good. Kind of a weird, dull, seaweedy green. Pimply looking parts. Not good looking. Smell-wise, it smells good. It smells really tasty. It just smells like dill. Very potent, but I like the smell of dill, so that's not a bad thing to me. Texture, yeah, very bumpy and not smooth, wrinkly. The jar said crunchy. Doesn't feel crunchy to me, I'll tell you that. Taste? Disappointing. I didn't get any of the dill, really, at all. I got a lot of sharp, vinegary flavor, with some flavors interacting probably that I just can't even describe because I don't know them. But overall, the flavor was not what I hoped it would be. Not very good. The mouthfeel, it's okay. It's not awful. I was hoping it'd be crunchier based on what the jar said, but it's not that crunchy. Like, it has like a crunchy, in theory, quality to it, where it does break up easily and goes away mostly easy. But the broken up parts kind of get stuck in your mouth a little bit, and they get a little almost stringy, I would say. Not quite stringy, but almost. Not a mouthfeel that makes me happy. So overall, pickle. Could have been worse. Hoped it would be better. Would I try this again? I guess, maybe in the context of like putting it on something. Just munching on these, having it as just like a little meal, as I know people have these as snacks and stuff. I don't see it. Didn't like it. It wasn't very good. Hoped we'd be better friends, Pickles, but I guess that's that. Win some, you lose some. Well, anyways, this is uARFIDwhatueat. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you had a good time, and hopefully you'll come back to join us for our next video. We have new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. But until then, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.